Hello and welcome to Standard Sports Ashes coverage. Day 3 of the first test has finished and things are looking a lot better than they were for England 24 hours ago. I'm joined by Will McPherson in Australia. Again, England 220 for 2 at the close. A brilliant unbeaten partnership between Joe Root and Dawid Malan has dragged them back into a test match that looked pretty much over this time yesterday. Will, a bit of a mood change in the England camp, if nothing less, after that?
Yeah, it's their first good day of a series. They don't tend to have that many good days in series in Australia, and the first 2 were very bad. So this was a kind of tonic. For the first half of the day, it was kind of mediocre. They think the wheels didn't quite come off this morning, and then their 2 openers, I think they had about 60 on the board when Hamid got out. So they weren't. It wasn't a dreadful start to their batting innings either. So it was kind of something to work with. But then Joe Root and Dawid Malan batted for probably best part of 4 hours together, 3.5 through to stumps. Both of them are in the 80s overnight. Root is 1 shy of his highest score in Australia. This is the one country he really feels he needs to tick off. And he's 14 shy of his first 100 in Australia. Malan is in the 80s as well, and he's looking good. So a lot of promising signs for England. They're still massively behind the game. They're 58 behind overnight. But they've got something to cling to, even if they don't get the win.
As you say, plenty of work to do. I mean, how many do you think they probably need to get tomorrow to be in with a chance of getting something out of the game?
You'd say they need to bat all day tomorrow, and then into the final day. Obviously, the big target of a Gabba is getting out alive and not having lost the game. So you'd have, they're capable of batting all day tomorrow. But there's a key passage coming up 10 overs into the day when Australia will get the new ball. Australia didn't use Josh Hazlewood really very much today, which is very strange. And some of their decisions were a bit odd. Tactically, they weren't all there. So, yeah, Australia got fresh bowlers in the morning, good to go, and they will come hard at England. And they need a lead of an absolute minimum 200, you'd say.
The 2 batsmen who did so well today, Dawid Malan, who has played very well in Australia before, that's kind of contributed to why he's in the team in the first place this time around. He wasn't kind of chanceless, but Joe Root pretty much, give or take 1 or 2 moments, particularly that last ball of the day to Cameron Green. But other than that, he was imperious again.
Root was immaculate today. He overtook Michael Vaughan from 2002 as the most runs an English batsman has scored in a year. He's up to 8th in the all-time list of anyone from anywhere. He's got 600s already this year. It wouldn't be that much of a surprise if he adds for 14. He needs to get a 7th tomorrow. 3 of the top 5 years by an Englishman are Root, 2015, 16 and 21. He's a special player. He got a duck in the first innings. It was cause for concern that maybe things were weighing on him a bit. But no, there was no evidence of that whatsoever. Today, he looked as good as ever.
And not the headline, but I know something that you want to touch on as an encouraging point for England in the series is the way that Mark Wood wrapped up the tail early on. His pace could be crucial as the series goes on. It's something we've seen England struggle with big time in the past against India this summer.
Yeah, Mark Wood only had 1 wicket on yesterday, and that just felt very unfair. He bowled really quickly, really well, and he got some rewards this morning. England do struggle to clean up tails, and that's often because they've got kind of slightly slower bowlers. But Wood's the quickest bowler in the world. He's certainly the quickest bowler in this series and Test match, and I think that can make a massive difference this series.
This time yesterday, I did worry that this might be our last one of these review days for the first test. Not the case. We'll have at least one more for you this time tomorrow, and perhaps even a 5th one coming up on Sunday.